Pretty sweaty, but only in spots.
Ooh, which spots? Come on.
Under the arms.
Crotch?
Anyway,
enough.
so
No, listen, the company's doing great, okay? You're doing.
And he looked at me and he goes, "It's a challenge."
Most actresses are trained to choose their words carefully in interviews. Emily Blunt does the opposite.
Someone's motioning something sexual to me over there. He was like this.
In one of her most iconic moments, her tone flips instantly into blunt honesty mid-conversation, dropping an unfiltered reaction that catches everyone off guard.
No, this, you like to touch the wood?
I love touching wood.
And you like to touch the wood 6 times?
Yeah, each. Every piece of wood I see.
How much wood do you say?
A lot.
A recurring pattern in her interviews is how everyday topics become exaggerated comedic moments.
Well, first of all, let me congratulate you on your wood-finding capabilities.
Now I feel really stupid for touching wood.
Never feel stupid for touching wood.
In one exchange, she gets into a running joke about touching wood, turning a simple superstition into an overly detailed and humorous habit discussion.
Yeah, when you said it was hot as balls, it's hot as my balls.
It's hot as my balls.
She directly asks about his sweat patterns during physical discomfort,
How sweaty are you right now?
leading Damon to respond with unusually specific honesty about where he sweats and how it feels.
Pretty sweaty, but only in spots.
Ooh, which spots? Come on.
Under the arms.
Crotch?
The conversation ends up breaking down bodily reactions in extremely specific terms, creating an awkward but memorable Hollywood interview moment that stands out for its sheer unpredictability.
She's reckless and funny. It's that tenacity, that sense of adventure.
Her dynamic with Dwayne Johnson takes her unpredictability even further. In one interview setup filled with interruptions and production chaos, Dwayne tries to maintain promotional structure.
Where are you going? Oh no.
what do you mean, no?
Oh no. All right, enough production.
Anyway,
enough.
so
No, listen, the company's doing great, okay? You're doing great.
But Emily constantly disrupts the flow with jokes and off-script reactions. When he mentions his massive social media following,
Guys, I don't count. Just the most followed American in the world.
Listen, it's gross. It's
Whatever.
gross. So move on. Next question. So,
I don't know. God delivered. I signed for it.
this is your new favorite, and do you notice it never quite gets a laugh?
No.
at another point, the conversation escalates into a comedic moment.
Good news is everything's on DJ today. Every shot, every bit of French toast, every jungle mandarita, it's all on him for the whole day. Right, Tips? All on you. Say yes, and yes, say yes.
Yes. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Emily often becomes the subject of her own jokes.
What?
In one story, she describes trying to flag down a taxi in France.
And you went, taxi, and I went, yes! And you went, taxi. Is Simon English, Simon French?
Instead of embarrassment, she frames it as a completely comedic experience where communication breaks down in real time. She also talks about how her children and their friends react to her fame.
Are your kids' friends impressed by what you do?
Not really.
No.
I mean, sometimes the parents try to sort of recruit them. And they're like, that's Mary Poppins. And I'm there in my sweatpants, and the kids are like, no, it's not. Like, really not. I hope it.
One of her most candid moments comes when she describes her first kiss in detail.
Now, I'd heard about the concept of French kissing, but I thought, well, that sounds weird. Like, why would that be pleasurable or nice? And it wasn't. It was artsy at all. And I was just like horrified by the whole thing.
The story becomes even more comedic as she explains her attempt to recover from the experience afterward, turning a typical nostalgic topic into a brutally honest personal memory.
And I just remember surreptitiously sort of like wiping my mouth afterwards. You know, it was just
Ashley slipped you the tongue.
Oh, massively. Well, not slipped. That sounds kind of delicate.
Her honesty extends into everyday social situations as well.
You should tell someone if they have bad breath.
You shouldn't say you have bad breath. You just hand them a little Listerine.
Give a piece of gum.
Just a tube of gum.
She proposes handing them gum or a note to avoid embarrassment. While filming, Emily often finds herself in situations where serious acting preparation is interrupted by unexpected moments.
And then before I had this mammoth monologue, I remember like really fast-paced monologue. I was just trying to focus for a second. They were like, okay, rolling. And Joel would be like,
Emily, what do you get if you put the letter B in front of the word oobs?
And I was like, and they were like, and action, and I was like,
One of her standout traits is her ability to perform impressions of people she encounters. She recreates voices of nurses, strangers, and coworkers with exaggerated accuracy.
we had this amazing nurse who came in, and she looked at Hazel and she goes, Sam, your baby is so cute. And I went, oh, really? She went, she is gorgeous. And I went, hey, Mabel, I think you say that to all the mothers. And she went, no, I don't. She said, when I know a baby ugly, I say, you had a baby.
She also shares stories of being mistaken for herself in public.
For dinner at this place at Chili's, I think. The girl who was serving me was enormous. You know, I think she got freebie meals at Chili's.
Nothing wrong with that.
And she comes up and she goes, did anyone ever tell you you look a lot like Emily Blunt? And I said, I have heard that, yes. And she went, are you Emily Blunt? And I went, yeah. And she went, what are y'all doing here? And then she was like, are y'all shooting a movie here? And I said, yeah, I'm shooting a film called Looper. And she went, Looper? And I went, yeah. And she went, y'all just made that up.
Her family life also becomes a source of humor.
Are your kids getting your accent or are they getting your husband's accent?
Well, Hazel had my accent for a really long time and would say things like water, which I was really proud of. And then the other day she goes, can I have some water? And I went, it's water. And she was like, no, it's water.
One of her most famous behind-the-scenes stories comes from filming Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise.
And he looked at me and he goes, it's a challenge.
During a stunt driving sequence, she misjudged timing while driving at high speed with Cruise in the passenger seat.
But I tear down this path, and Tom's being very quiet behind me, and suddenly I just hear him under his breath as I approach the right-hand turn. I hear him going, brake, 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 brake. Brake, 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 brake. Oh God, and brake, 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 brake. Oh, and brake the car. And I left it too late, and so drove us into a tree. And I almost killed Tom Cruise.
Oh my God, I can't believe this was even allowed to happen.
In my head, I was thinking, when I first heard him say break, in my head, I went, oh, shut up, you know.
During award season discussions,
Hello, Emily.
Wow, bit of a frosty hello.
she engages in playful commentary about the Barbie versus Oppenheimer cultural phenomenon.
I'm just happy that we can finally put this Barbenheimer rivalry behind us.
That's right, here's Ken and Kitty, just leaving all that fodder in the dust, guys, right? And the way this award season's turned out wasn't that much of a rivalry, so just let it go!
It's true. You guys are doing very well. You know, congratulations.
Thanks.
But you know, I think I kind of figured out why they call it Barbenheimer and they didn't call it Oppen Barbie.
Why?
Well, I think you guys are at the tail end of that because you were riding Barbie's coattails all summer.
Thanks for Ken-splaining that to me. All right, Mr. I need to paint my abs on to get nominated. You don't see Robert Downey doing that.
You're kidding.
You're kidding. Did not paint his abs on.
This is insane, Emily. This has got to stop. We have to squash this.
In another talk show appearance, she asks Conan an extremely unexpected question about physical pain responses.
I was saying, like, is it just unbelievably painful for a guy when you get kneed or punched in the balls or anything like that? And he was like, it's like unbelievable. Like, you can't compare it to getting punched in the boob. It doesn't compare. Because I was like, well, surely it's probably the same if I get punched in the tit or something. And he was like, not at all the same. And then he said something which I found very interesting, that he said, I think it would be more painful. I can't believe I'm talking about this, and I want to ask you if this is true. More painful sometimes, like a tap on the ball might be as painful as a punch in the ball. Is this true?
I'm glad you asked.
That's exactly why they keep circulating, clipping, and going viral long after the cameras stop rolling.
All right, Emily, last question. How do you think this interview went?
I think it went really well. But next time, bore someone else with your questions.
Yeah, but I thought this was going well.